Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. More updates and information are coming up with regards to the late Inyobong, that's the girl who went for an interview, but unfortunately, she never made it alive. And some other people who have been accused with regards to her death is now speaking up, who is the NDDC staff of Niger Delta, who appeared to be one of those people that were accused of being part of her mother is now speaking up, and that's the person of Kufre Efyong. He is a staff of the Niger Delta Development Commission, that's NDDC, and he has opened up after he was accused of being involved in the gruesome murder of the job seeker and the University of Uyo graduate, that's Ini Umoring. And a lot of people have called for the arrest of Kufre and his prosecution after it was reported that he was among the first people, the key suspect of the murder case, because Frank Udwak Apang called after carrying out the act and after a search was initiated following Ini's disappearance. However, reacting to this in a lengthy Facebook post, Kufre, that's the NDDC staff, said that he only helped to ensure that Udwak, who is his own cousin, got arrested because Udwak mentioned him and said that when he killed the lady, he handed the corpse over to his cousin, and this is his cousin. That's the Kufre guy, is the cousin. And right now, the Kufre guy, who is an NDDC staff, is debunking that he is not among those that murdered this young lady, or saying that he is not part of her murder suspects. And he had this to say. He had to write this down to explain his own side of the story, because right now a lot of people are calling for his own arrest. And this is what he said. My name is Kufre Efyong. I am aware of some social media publications attempting to link me up with the gruesome murder of late Miss Inyobong Umoring. At first, I had wanted to maintain silence and allow the police and the various agencies involved in the matter conclude their investigations and come up with comprehensive reports. But it now appears clear to me that silence is not golden in this matter, where my hard-earned reputation has continued to gather moss in most misguided, misleading, and mischievous manner in the court of the Nigerian social media. Consequently, I am left with no other option than to make this public statement narrating my role in the trending subject, and this I do not to convince or change the predetermined positions and convictions of people who are bent on imputing ills even on the best of human intentions. For I have already warned myself that no matter how hard and loudly the truth speaks for itself, there are some who would prefer and give themselves to alternative facts. I leave such men and women in the hands of God, time, and posterity. With all modesty and good conscience, I make this statement for the records and information of members of the public who are genuinely concerned about the need to know my true side of the story. The day was Friday, 30th of April 2021, and the time was about 2 p.m. when I was called by my dad, who lives in Lagos, asking whether I have seen a trending article on social media linking Udrak, who is my cousin, with a kidnap case. Not long afterwards, another cousin of mine, who is incidentally the chairman of Uran Local Government Council, called to intimate me on the social media circulations and requested me to come to his house as Uduak's father, Mr. Frank Akpan, has been reportedly arrested on account that the son, Uduak, has absconded. On arrival at the chairman's house, he told me that he was concerned that the arrested old man was sick and needed medication since he did not carry his drugs to the police station. According to the chairman, some Kingsmen were calling seeking his intervention to explore the possibility of allowing the old man access to his medications. I was still at the chairman's house discussing Mr. Frank Akpan's case when, in the presence of the DPO, who had a meeting with the chairman and another DSP, Uduak called my phone asking if I knew where his father was. Initially, I was upset with Uduak for asking me the whereabouts of his father and immediately signaled the DPO that Uduak was the person who called, and somehow I managed to find the composure telling him that I was seeing the trending social media news involving him. Then Uduak said he had no credit and requested me to call him. Obliging to his request, I called him back asking where he was, and he replied that he was at Orong. Further asking about the mixing girl, Udra claimed that he lost contact with the girl when she got to Ibiaku, stating that he has neither seen nor heard from her since then. He practically claimed to be innocent. At that point, I encouraged him to turn himself in by going to the Idu Police Division to clear himself so his father can be released to go and take his drugs, or that I can link him up with the DPO who is close to us. Later, in the presence of one of our brothers, a barrister who had come to see the chairman, I forwarded the DPO's phone number to Udrak. It was not long afterwards when Udra called the DPO, who encouraged him to come out, assuring him that he could personally come to the shelter Afric Junction to pick him up on arrival. While they were all waiting and praying that the suspect does not change his mind, Udra called the DPO informing him that he has arrived shelter Afric Junction. The DPO then suggested that he will not go with his car to pick him so he does not panic and react adversely on sighting his car, which has tinted glass. Rather, he requested that I drove him to the location and thus, accompanied by the DSP, I drove the DPO in my car to Shelter Afric Junction, where the suspect was picked up by the DPO. Meanwhile, before we moved out, the council chairman had instructed that the suspect be taken to the anti-kidnapping unit, but the DPO advised that he should first be taken to chairman's house to calm him down and encourage him to cooperate with the police, and thus the suspect was taken to Ewet's housing. At Ewet's housing, the suspect still denied knowing the whereabouts of the deceased, maintaining that he last heard from her when she said she has got to Ibiaku Junction. But when we pressure him further, the suspect requested that he needed audience with the chairman and myself alone. So we took him in, urging him to tell us the truth to enable us assist him when necessary. It was at that point that Uduak mentioned for the first time that the missing young lady actually got to his house. On hearing that, I could not find any emotional intelligence or coordination other than to ask, and I asked straight, "Is she alive?" Uduak started crying and shook his head to indicate that she was no more. At that point, I lose it completely and almost fainted but managed to give him few slaps. I became completely distraught, devastated, incensed and confused at the same time. I was wailing like a woman who has just lost all, and so was the chairman. With that mixed frustration and infuriation, we quickly handed the suspect back to the DPO to take to the anti kidnapping unit. And this we did without any second thought, telling the DPO that we had washed our hands of the matter and would not wish to be associated with it. Accordingly, the suspect was taken to the police custody, where interrogations and thorough investigations were being carried out by the police and the sister law enforcement agencies. I have no doubt that the suspect would have made useful statements to the police to guide their further actions on the matter. Unfortunately, the social media has been overflowing with so much damaging publications trying to link me up with the crime and further extending it beyond the specific incident of late Miss Umorin to an atrocious trade on human parts. Well, I want to state that I do not know about the suspect's activities since he never lived or grew up with me. My role in the either case is as stated and remains verifiably so. Voluntarily on my own, I have made statement to the police on record and they are fully aware of my role in the case. I have also assured them of my cooperation whenever and wherever I may necessarily be called upon. As a human, I am deeply saddened and devastated by the turnout of events as all the three of us, namely the DPO, the council chairman, and myself, who facilitated the arrest of the suspect, are now facing false, malicious, and damaging media attack trying desperately to link us with the offense, in respect of which we made lots of sacrifices to ensure the suspect got into the police net, where he is currently being detained, interrogated, and investigated. Personally, I have been receiving threat messages from some overzealous individuals who have labeled me trader on human parts. Now everybody who has lost friend or family member to kidnap cases view me as the culprit. I no longer feel safe walking the streets as a simple and ordinary man that I have always been. Friends, I wouldn't want to go any further. Let me stop here with regards to what Kufri Efyong is actually explaining about his involvement with the murder case of Inyobong. In summary, what he's actually saying is that he had no part in it. But if we could recall, as of last week when his cousin, that's Akpan, was actually arrested, he mentioned his cousin in this. He said when he realized that the cops were after him, he handed the body to his cousin. And his father was also in the house. And that was the reason why they now came to arrest them. But unfortunately, they only met the father in the house. And that was when the police had arrested the father. So right now, is he to be believed? Should anyone accept his word? Should the police accept his words? But notwithstanding, the police is not even arresting him at the moment, and the police had not gone in search for the same cousin. But who do we believe right now? Because it was seen like it was a family business between him, his cousin, and his father. But right now, the cousin has penned this long statement and trying to narrate his own part of the story. Well, and some people at the same time are saying that either the police are having some foul plays in this whole incident of this late Inyobong. But since the interrogation is still ongoing, we'll get to find out if the NDDC staff, that's Kufri Efyong, is also part of this murder. They are still talking about it is because of the way this lady was killed so innocently, and because an alarm was raised. A lot of people might have lost their lives in this process, but because they didn't have anybody to speak up for them. Unlike the case of Ineobong, her friend had to go on social media to alert people that she was actually missing. Not until they found out that she was even finally dead. Some people don't have anybody to even shout out for them. Some people don't even have anybody to announce that they are missing or something has happened. And so that is how such cases just die off silently. But in this her case, even her own family are still standing strong for the justice of their late sister. The police is still on the case at the moment, and they're trying to ensure that they get to the root of the whole matter. And right now they're also accusing the NDDC staff, that his cousin F Young, of being accomplice to selling body parts, because at first the police did not even want to release the corpse of this young lady to her family members. They had to go agitate and protest before the cops were finally handed over to them, and they just buried her. And they discovered that when they found her body, some parts were actually missing. And that is why it was attributed like, is this a family business where they get human parts? And they were saying that some other ladies came out to say they were also victims, but they were lucky that they had escaped. Now the cousin is saying he doesn't have any involvement in it, neither does he take part in selling human parts. Well, we'll get to know what happens eventually, if he is part of this particular ongoing business or whether he is not part of the business. Friends, what do you all think? Do you think that his cousin should be taken by his words? Do you think that Uduak Akpan, that's the guy who murdered the late lady, is he lying? Is he just trying to frame his cousin? What do you all think about this whole incident or the statement coming from the cousin? Please, whatever you feel, you can put that down at the comment section. I'm glad that it's still ongoing so as to ensure that justice is being served for the innocent Ineobong. Once again, may her soul rest in peace. And may God keep consoling her entire family, because if issues like this keep coming up, it just keeps reminding them and bringing the memories afresh again on them, which is not easy when you lose a loved one and you just keep on hearing how the person passed away. It's hard to take in, but may God console them all. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Friends, I'm here today to talk about how to start up a new YouTube channel. So for those that are looking to start up a new YouTube channel, probably you've been trying to figure out how to go about it, or you have been trying to see what it entails or what you need to start. That's why I'm here today, to give you the easy way for you to get this done. Not just the easy, but the best method, and also to give you or to talk about the best teacher who will give you all that is required for you to start up your own YouTube channel. This is a teacher. He is really successful with his YouTube, and he has been a teacher for so long now. Teacher is Matt Pa. He's going to give you a step-by-step method on how to start up your own YouTube channel. No stone unturned. Every step of the way, he's going to lead you through it. You have links that you can actually reach out to him and communicate with him directly. That's Matt Pa there. You can see the huge successes he has made in YouTube. You can see his silver, you can see the gold, you can also see his revenue that he's actually making on YouTube, which is very huge. He's going to give you a YouTube step-by-step tube mastery class, every step of the way, from the beginning of the opening of the channel to how you can start up and put up your videos. He is leaving no stone unturned, like I said. So for those that are seeking for how to start up their own YouTube channel, This is the easiest and the fastest way for you to have access to this particular teacher who is honest and straightforward, and you will enjoy every bit of the class and you will have lots of gain. At the end of your class, you will have lots to hold on to and to start up your own YouTube channel. It's going to be like an ABC class starting from the scratch. So please, for those of you that are interested in starting up your own YouTube channel, Matpa, he is the teacher and you will have direct access to him. I'm dropping the link below. So please, you just click on that link and you will have access to Matpa's class. He is going to give you the whole content of YouTube and all that it takes for you to be successful in YouTube and how to start YouTube from the scratch. Like I said, and I'm going to repeat, he's leaving no stone unturned. And it's so interesting that if you have any kind of complaint, no matter the time you have this complaint or you are confused about anything, you can communicate directly to him and he will give you a response as soon as he gets your question or as soon as he gets your mail or anything you're trying to confirm from him. He is quick at responding and he will give you the right answers. And even if you go elsewhere to search, you find out that what he is saying is actually true. He wouldn't mislead you. So please, for those of you that want to start your own YouTube channel from the scratch and see how you can be successful on YouTube, please go to this link, click on the link below so you have access to the teacher. That's the teacher there you can see and see his success. You can go through that and then you click on the link so that you can have direct access to Matpa himself. This teacher, you will enjoy and enjoy every bit of the classes that he is going to give to you. So friends, do not forget to click the link below so you have access to Matpa's Tube Mastery class, and he will give you the best teaching for YouTube you would really need to start your own channel. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you once again, and God bless you all.